Good evening, my little YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Vocabulary World History AP. This is Mr. Bartlett. I will be talking today about four words. Let's talk about two words that are really closely related, which are Alexander the Great and then the Hellenistic period with regard to Greek society, the spread of Greek society. And then the last two words we'll talk about have to do with the Romans, which are the Roman Republic and then the Punic Wars, which kind of the Punic Wars signaled the end of the Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. So two different time periods. So let's get right to it. First, Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was a Macedonian. He was Greek educated. His dad was Philip II. His dad kind of began conquesting down into the Greek peninsula, and this was because of an earlier word, the Peloponnesian Wars, that the Greeks were divided, and so unfortunately for them, Alexander the Great was able to kind of take over pretty easily. And he went on to kind of, if we trace his route in Greece, this is Greece right here. He kind of, I'll back up a little bit from you, not to scare you. This is Greece. He kind of came up and around the Mediterranean Sea through Asia Minor and conquered Tyre through here, and then came down into Egypt and conquered Egypt, named a city Alexandria down on the Mediterranean Sea, and then came back over, and he started conquering the former Mesopotamian areas, which were headed by the Parthians and the Persians, and then made his way all the way over to where the Bactrians are, the Bactrian Greeks, and almost to India and through. He got to the mountains, and then he ended up coming back and dying right here, right on my shoulder. So there he is. But he was pretty young when he died. But his kind of the key impact of his life is that he spread with him. He was Greek educated, loved Greek culture and society. He just wanted to lead them, and so he spread Greek society throughout the Mediterranean, and was pretty successful at doing so, and ushered in what's called the Hellenistic period. And the Hellenistic period is when Greek culture was at its height and was spreading kind of throughout the area that Alexander the Great had gone to. So kind of the definition is the Hellenistic period is when Greek culture, society, and political views and values were spread throughout the known Western world, and even as far east as India, which is where we see some of the syncretism, which is the combination of Indian styles with Greek styles. And this was from about the year 300 BCE to the year 100 BCE is when Greek society was at its height. So cool for Greece. And then to take over was the Romans. And so the Romans were founded around 500 BCE when they were able to throw off their Etruscan leaders, and the Romans took control of the city of Rome. They formed, after kind of some Greek ideas, they formed a republic, and this republic was a form of democracy in which people were actually elected to a senate, and the senate was able to. This was about a 300-year period. This Roman Republic, three to 400-year period, when the senators were kind of the ones who made the laws. They served for life. There was 300 of them. They elected within the Senate consuls who would lead for about a year each, and then they would dual consuls who could veto each other. They were kind of like the president of Rome. They weren't really an emperor in the sense that they had huge imperial power, but they were kind of the ones who led things. Um, and they started kind of building all of Rome, and they ended up taking control of the entire Italian peninsula and expanding even further. And kind of the height of their expansion came with the what was called the Punic Wars. So this is vocab word 4 today. The Punic Wars were fought with Carthage, and Carthage was actually a former Phoenician outpost in North Africa. So it's directly across the Mediterranean Sea from Rome, and so it's kind of tricky. I'll see if I can find a map here that can show. Yeah, it kind of can, but this isn't very good. So uh, let's see if we can do it. This is backwards, I think. Yeah, that's not going to help us out very much. So I'll just talk about it. The Romans actually crossed the Mediterranean Sea and they kind of made angry the Carthaginians, and the Carthaginians actually sent their their army across into through Spain and then up over the Alps, and they were going to come down through the Italian peninsula and attack Rome itself, and kind of attack them by surprise. They even brought their war elephants, which was pretty impressive because war elephants were pretty cool. But the war elephants pretty much all died going through the mountains, which is really sad because, like I said, elephants are cool. So this was Hannibal, the from Carthage, who lost the Punic Wars. The Romans ended up really kind of annihilating the Carthaginians. They destroyed their cropland, and they destroyed their home. And then the Romans at the end of this Republic period basically controlled all of the Mediterranean area, including North Africa and most of Europe as well. So that's the end of the Roman Republic, and we're going to move into the Roman Empire, where the emperor kind of takes control and the Senate becomes useless. So we'll talk about that in the next set of videos as we talk about some notable emperors. Peace out and be awesome.